Please confirm once in the chat box. Okay, chalo, theek hai. So in the last class, we have seen geometric progression, correct? So suppose we have given one geometric progression and we don't know the terms, or we have to find the first few terms of that particular geometric progression, then we have to assume those terms. Okay, so if we have to find three terms, first three terms, then we assume those terms as a by r, a ar. If we have to find four terms, then we assume those four terms as a by r cube, a by r, ar, and ar cube. Okay, similarly for five terms. So we have seen this. Okay, after that I think sum of first n terms of GP, we have seen this formula, I think, isn't it? Yeah. So this is the formula. Okay, there are two formulas for r is greater than 1 and for r is less than 1. There are two formulas for the sum of n terms of GP. I hope you are solving all the examples and you are finding them easy also. Okay, so only Sankalp has turned in the homework, nobody else has done it. So everyone else, please do submit your homework. Okay, chalo, theek hai. So our next topic is, we are not going to take any example here. We will just move to the next topic. Okay, so sum of infinite terms of GP. Okay, so consider a GP of positive terms. The sum of first n terms is a under bracket r raised to n minus 1 divided by r minus 1 is equals to a under bracket 1 minus r raised to n divided by 1 minus r. We have seen both of these formulas. Okay, so if mod of r is greater than 1 and r minus 1 is a constant, but r raised to n approaches infinity as n approaches infinity. See, if the value of n goes to the infinity, then obviously the value of r also is going to infinity. Okay, so the infinite terms cannot be summed up. So if the value of r tends to infinity, so we cannot find the sum of n terms with the help of these formulas. Okay, so we have a new formula, that is a by 1 minus r, this formula. Okay, we are going to use this formula now. Visual proof for this, let us see example 1. Okay, so this is a GP. See example 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 16. Okay, so here we have to find out the sum of infinite terms. Okay, sum of infinite terms. So what we are going to do, we are going to simply find out a, r, and we are going to apply that formula. Okay, so here the first term, that is 1, that is equals to a, r is 1 by 2. Okay, and that is r is, or mod of r is less than 1. Mod of r means whatever the symbol is there, it doesn't matter. Okay, we are just going to take the r as a positive only. Okay, so sum of infinity is given by a by 1 minus r, that is 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2, that is 1 by 1 by 2 is equals to 2. Okay, so the sum of this series, or the sum of infinite terms of this series, is 2. Okay, so in this way, like this, we can find the sum of infinite terms. So visual proof for the above example, like see, the first term is 1. Okay, after that we are adding 1 by 2, then 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 16. After that 1 by 32 will be somewhat here, 1 by 64 will be here. After that, if we go on adding, then the sum is going to be 2 only. Okay, so we have got the visual proof also, and we have got the answer with the help of formula also. Okay, so I hope you have understood the formula. If n is not given, then we have to use formula. No, it is not like that. See, if you have asked to find the sum of infinite terms. Okay, if you have asked to find the sum of infinite terms, see, sum of infinite terms. Okay, Is it clear to you, Sankalpa? Let us see one few more examples, then you will understand. Okay, so see solved examples. Now the first series is, see, first series is 1 by 3 comma 1 by 3 square comma 1 by 3 cube. Determine whether the sum of all the terms in this series is infinite. In case it is infinite, find it. So they clearly they have mentioned it like finite. If it is finite, then you have to find out. So for first example, what we will find? We will find A. First of all, we will find A. After that, we will find R. See, so A is 1 by 3. Is it? It is 1 by 3. Correct. So R is, mod of R is 1 by 3 also. Correct. R is also 1 by 3. So which is less than 1. So sum of infinite terms. That is, we are going to use this formula. Put the value of A, put the value of R, and our answer is 1 by 2. So the summation is finite. Okay, so the sum of infinite terms is finite. They have asked us, what is the question? Determine whether the sum of all the terms in this series is finite. In ये जो सीरीज हमें दी गई है या फिर ये जो प्रोग्रेशन हमें दिया गया है, इसके टर्म्स की जो एडिशन रहेगी या फिर सम रहेगी वो फाइनाइट है या नहीं, ये हमें फाइंड आउट करना है. अगर फाइनाइट है, सो वी हैव टू find it. Okay, so for first example we have found out the term, found out the sum, that is 1 by 2. For the second series, let us see, 3 by 5 minus 9 by 25, 27 by 125, and minus 81 by 625. Okay, 625. Here A is 3 by 2. A is 3 by 2 and R is minus 3. Sorry, A is 3 by 5 here and R is minus 3 by 5. But we take mod. Mod means positive value. Okay. So the mod of R becomes 3 by 5, which is less than 1. So if the R becomes less than 1, remember, if the R becomes, or mod of R becomes less than, yes, I'm answering your question only. If the value of R is, if the value of mod of R is less than 1, then the sum is going to be finite. Okay, let us see. So the sum of infinite terms is finite. The value of R is less than 1. So we apply the formula A divided by 1 minus R. Put all the values and you will, yeah, then we have to use the another formula, or it may be infinite. Okay, we will see the case. We will see the case in which the value of R is greater than 1. Okay, so see, so for second example also we have a finite sum here. Okay, for the third example, let us see. Third example is what? 1 minus 3, 9 minus 27 and 81. Okay, so this is the geometric progression we have given here. A is 1 and R is minus 3. That is, mod of R is 3, which is greater than 1. Okay, which is greater than 1. So the sum to infinity does not exist. ठीक है, मतलब हम इसकी जो सम है इनफाइनाइट टर्म्स की वो फाइंड आउट नहीं कर सकते हम. Okay, so I hope you have understood that condition. If value of mod of R is less than 1, then the sum of infinite terms is finite. Okay, don't get confused. Sum of infinite terms is a finite value. Okay, I hope you have understood this, all of you. Please give your response. Arya, Suraj, Samir. Okay, Sankalp has given the response that he has understood. Okay, Samir has also understood. Okay, others, Suraj, Arya. Okay. Okay. So let's see the next topic. Expressing recurring decimals as a rational number, numbers. We know that recurring decimal fractions can be written as rational numbers. Example, 0.666 and so on can be written as 0.6 raised to bar. Yeah, yes, uncle. Yes. In which case you're talking about? See, I think you are talking about this example. Okay, if the value of r is greater than 1, then what we have to do? Is it your question? Okay, so for this case, you are asking first, first and second formula. Okay, let me see. Just give me a minute. I think you are talking about the previous two formulas that we have learned in the last class, correct? Yeah, yeah. Okay, let us see. Hmm. Okay, see how we are going to differentiate which formula to use. See, if they ask us, if they ask us to find the sum of infinite terms, if they ask us to find infinite terms, then we will see the value of r. Okay, if the value of r is greater than 1, then the infinite sum does not exist. Okay, and if the value of r is less than 1, then the infinite term exists and we can find out with the help of the given formula. Okay, but if you are talking about the previous two formulas that we have seen in the last class, so for those formulas you will be asked to find the sum of finite terms. That means you will be asked to find the sum of first 10 terms in this series. Okay, they won't ask you to find the infinite find the sum of infinite terms. Okay, they will ask you to find sum of finite terms like 10 terms, 20 terms. So the value of n will be given there, and it does not matter if the value of r is less than 1, you use the first formula. If the value of r is if the value of r is greater than 1, you use the second formula. Value of n is given there. Okay, so this is how you differentiate. I hope your doubt is cleared. Okay, chalo, ठीक है. So how we express the recurring decimals as rational numbers. Okay, so we know that 0.666 and so on can be written as a 2 by 3. This can be checked using geometric progression. Like see, 0.666 can be written as a 0.6 plus 0.06 plus 0.006 plus 0.0006 plus 0.4 times 06. It can be written like this. Okay, so the terms are in GP with a is equals to 0.6, that is first term, and mod of r is equals to 0.1. Okay, mod of r is equals to 0.1, which is less than 1. Correct, which is less than 1. So we use the formula for sum of infinite terms. So this is the formula: a by 1 minus r, that is 0.6 divided by 1 minus 0.1, that is 0.6 divided by 0.9, which is 6 by 9, that is 2 by 3. Okay, so this is how we represent the recurring decimals as a rational number. Okay, so similarly you can apply same process here over here also. After that, same process over here also. Okay, there is no issue. So here what is changed here? After the first term, the terms are in GP with a is equals to 0.5 and mod of r is equals to 0.1. See, so you have to take this term separate, and this is GP. Okay, this is the only difference. This is GP. 2 is not included in GP. So first term here is 0.5 and r is equals to 0.1. So apply that formula. So we find out the sum for this part only. Okay, and after that we add this part with 2 and the rational number, that is 23 by 9. Okay, so yeah, this is how we use the formula for sum of infinite terms in a geometric progression. After that, what is harmonic progression? Now see, this is exercise 2.3. This is for your homework. Okay, GP full form is geometric progression. Okay, so exercise 2.3 is your homework, and you have to solve it. And I think all of the questions here are very easy, and you will solve all of them. You won't face any difficulty. Okay, so please try it at home. Harmonic progression, so that is HP. Okay, so Samir, everyone, I'm asking everyone, please take your notebook and write the running notes. Okay, so what is harmonic progression? Let us see. Definition: a sequence that is T1, T2, T3, T4, so on up to T raised to Tn, and Tn is not equals to 0, and n is a element of natural number or set of natural numbers, is called harmonic progression if 1 by T1, 1 by T2, 1 by T3, and so on up to 1 by Tn are in AP. Okay, so we will take one example, then we will understand what exactly harmonic progression is. So for example, 1 by 7, 1 by 11, and 1 by 15 are in HP as how? See, what they have asked us. Suppose you have given this sequence. So our this sequence is this. Like T1 is 1 by 7, T2 is 1 by 11, T3 is 1 by 15. So what we have to do? We have to take reciprocals of the given series. Okay. So reciprocal of 1 by 7, that is 1 divided by 1 by 7, becomes 7. Okay. Similarly for 1 by 11, that becomes 11. 1 divided by 1 by 15 becomes 15. So if you see, so their reciprocal are in AP. So this series is in HP. ठीक है, मतलब उनके रेसिप्रोकल अगर AP में आते हैं तो that series is HP, harmonic progression. So now see the next example also. 1 by 4, 3 by 14, 3 by 16 is HP as 4 is a reciprocal of 1 by 4. Okay, 14 by 3, that is reciprocal of 3 by 14, and similarly 16 by 3 are in AP. Now you have to find D here. Okay, so you can find out how you can find the D. Subtract 4 from 14 by 3, or subtract 16, sorry, subtract 14 by 3 from 16 by 14 by 3 from 16 by 3. Okay, so you find out the A and D. If this series is AP, then this series is HP. Okay, so AP plays a key role in deciding whether the series is HP or not. Okay, chalo, theek hai. So find the nth term of HP. Find the nth term of HP. So we have given one HP here. 1 by 5, 1, minus 1 by 3, and minus 1 by 7. So this is HP. So we take the reciprocal of this term, series. Like 1 by 5 का reciprocal होता है 5, 1 का reciprocal is 1, 1 minus 1 by 3 का reciprocal is minus 3, and it is reciprocal of minus 1 by 7 is minus 7. Okay, so this series is in AP, or arithmetic progression. So here first term is 5, correct? A is 5 and D is 2, is it? Or minus 2 or minus 4? I think it is minus 4, correct? D is minus 4. So we know the formula for nth term for AP, or arithmetic progression. So the formula is Tn is equals to A plus, in bracket, n minus 1 multiplied by D. Okay, so put the values of A, n, and D. So value of A is 5, value of n is not given. They have asked us to find nth term, so we have to put n in place of n, and value of D is minus 4. Okay, so if we solve this, we will get this as a we will get this as a nth term. Okay, so this is nth term of AP, not of HP. They have asked us to find the nth term of HP. So what we have to do? We have to take reciprocal of this. 1 by 9 minus 4n is the nth term of HP. Okay, I hope you have understood this. HP, or nth term of HP. Is there any doubt? Shall we move on? Students, am I audible? ओके, चलो ठीक है. HP is very easy. So after that, types of means. Arithmetic mean. Suppose if x and y are two numbers, then their arithmetic mean is given by a is equals to x plus y divided by 2. ठीक है. So we have to remember this formula. A is equals to x plus y divided by 2. This is the formula for arithmetic mean, and we have given two numbers, that is x and y. So we observe that x comma a comma y form an AP. ठीक है. So a minus x is equals to y minus a, that is equals to 2a is equals to x plus y, and a is equals to x plus y divided by 2. You have to remember this formula only. Okay, you don't need to uh, remember this explanation. It is not necessary. Now geometric progression. What is geometric progression? If x and y are two numbers having same sign, positive or negative, they must be having positive or negative sign only, then their geometric mean is given by g is equals to root of x multiplied by y. Okay, so why they have asked us, or they have said us like they must be having same sign? Because if the signs are different, sign of x is positive, sign of y is negative, then the value in this square root term will be negative, and it is going to be imaginary. Okay, we have seen in the last class or last chapter. So they must be either positive or negative. Okay, chalo ठीक है. So you have to remember this formula for geometric mean. I hope you are writing down these formulas in your notebook uh, when I'm explaining it. Okay, so you have written the formula for arithmetic mean. After that, you have written the formula for geometric mean. Okay, after that, harmonic mean. What is harmonic mean? So this is the formula for harmonic mean. H is equals to 2xy divided by x plus y, and x and y are given two numbers. Okay, chalo ठीक है. So these results can be extended to to n numbers as follows. Suppose x and y were two numbers that were given to us. Okay, so what was the formula for arithmetic mean? It was x plus y divided by 2. Suppose we have given three four numbers, that is x, y, and z. Then we will do x plus y plus z divided by 3. Okay, so this is going to be arithmetic mean. After that, geometric mean. If we have given three numbers, that is x, y, and z, then we will take cube root of x multiplied by y multiplied by z. Okay, so for and similarly for h also. Okay, we have to use formula for h like this. If x is equals to y, then a is equals to g is equals to h. If both the numbers are equal or same, then the arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and harmonic mean are same. Okay, now theorem. If a, g, and h are am, gm, and hm of two positive numbers x and y respectively, then g square is equals to ah, and a is greater than or equals to g is greater than or equals to h. Okay, so you have to remember these two theorems. That means multiplication of arithmetic mean and harmonic mean is equals to square of geometric mean. And as we can observe, arithmetic mean is the largest one, or the biggest one, or the greatest one. Okay, and the harmonic mean is always the smallest one for given two numbers. Okay, so we have to remember this. So we have proof also given here. See, let a, g, and h be am, gm, and hm of two positive numbers. Then a is equals to x plus y divided by 2, g is equals to root of xy, and h is equals to 2xy divided by x plus y. We know that. Okay, so RHS, like ah is equals to, we are proving for this. RHS, right hand side, is equals to AH, that is given here, is equals to A. We know the value of A, that is x plus y divided by 2, and H, 2xy divided by x plus y. So this x plus y gets cancelled, and this 2 and this 2 gets cancelled. So what is remaining? That is xy, but the value of g is root of xy. Okay, so the g square is equals to xy, which is equals to LHS. So the first theorem is proved. Okay, now for second theorem, consider a minus g. Consider a minus g. A is x plus y divided by 2 and g is root of xy. So we are taking 1 by 2 common from both the terms. So it remains a 1 by 2 in bracket x plus y minus 2 root of xy. Okay. So we will consider this as a, okay, so we will write x as a root of x square. Okay, it doesn't change the meaning. So we can use the formula of a square minus 2ab plus b square here, and we will find this 1 by 2 in bracket a minus b whole square, and it is going to be always greater than 0. Why? Since the squares are always non-negative. Okay, so a minus g, actually we were finding for a minus g, so we have came to the conclusion that a minus g is going to be greater than 0. So g goes here, and we can say that a is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so again this g comes here. Okay, this g comes here. So 1 a by g is equals to or greater than, a by g is equals to or greater than 1. Now since g square is equals to ah, so we can write like this: g by h is equals to a by g. If this g goes here and is this h goes here, so it becomes ah and it becomes g square. Okay, so even if we have written like this, the meaning of that expression is not changing. Okay, so a by g is greater than 1, we know that from here. Okay, so if a by g is greater than 1, then g by h is also going to be greater than 1. So if this h goes here, we can say that g is greater than or equals to h from 1 and 3. From 1 and 3, a is greater than g and g is greater than h, so we can write like this. Okay, a is greater than or equals to g is greater than or equals to h. Okay, so I hope you have clear idea that arithmetic mean is the greatest one and the harmonic mean is the smallest one, and geometric mean is between arithmetic mean and harmonic mean. Okay, so we have one example, solved example. Find am, gm, hm of the following numbers or given numbers, that is 4 and 16. So it is very easy. It is the easiest one, I think, in your whole book to find out these means. Arithmetic mean is x plus y divided by 2, that is 4 plus 16 divided by 2, that is 20 by 2, that is 10. Okay, so arithmetic mean is 10. Geometric mean 4 multiplied by 16 is 64, root of 64 is 8, so geometric mean is 8. And harmonic mean is we put the value of x and y. 4 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 16, that is 28, and 4 plus 16, that is 20. 128 divided by 20, that can be written as a 32 by 5. Okay, so these are the am, gm and hm of the following numbers. Okay, chalo theek hai. So these are very simple examples. These examples are based on these mean concepts, so you can try it at home. Okay, chalo. So I think I should give you some examples so that I will know whether you have understood or not. Solve this example. First one. Let us solve all of them. Solve 3 examples. Whether the following sequences are HP or not. If you are saying this is HP, then you have to provide the value of A and R also. Okay. You have to write the answer like 1 is HP and A is equals to this, R is equals to this. Okay. Or 1 is not HP. Okay. Okay. First one is HP. Is it HP? It is HP. A is equals to 2, R is equals to, no, sorry, A is equals to 3, R is equals to 2. Everyone try it. बाकी लोग ट्राई करो. संकल्प, you try next one. Try all of you. Exercise 2.4. A is equals to 3. ठीक है, चलो अभी संकल्प ने आंसर दे दिया फर्स्ट का, अभी सेकंड का संकल्प you are not going to get give the answer of second and third, somebody else will give. okay, चलो ठीक है, अभी फर्स्ट का आंसर दोनों ने दे दिया, संकल्प ने भी और समीर ने भी। आर्या और सूरज बाकी है, दोनों में से एक आदमी सेकंड का आंसर देगा, और समीर, आर्या एंड सूरज विल गिव द आंसर ऑफ 3. संकल्प, you have to wait, you just solve this example and try the next one, keep trying next one. okay, don't waste your time, don't wait for others. yeah, चलो solve करो. Arya, Suraj, I hope you are solving. Okay, Suraj has got A is equals to 1, R is equals to 3. See, you have to give the question number for which question you are solving. I must know, na? If you are solving for second, then you must give the number. See, second, you are solving for second. So where is A is equals to 3? Is it AP? ये AP है क्या? It is not AP, it is GP. No, it is not AP. If you see, अगर आप इस सीरीज की बात कर रहे हैं, हमें क्या चेक करना है कि यह सीरीज HP है या नहीं है. ओके, सो वी हैव टू टेक रेसिप्रोकल. रेसिप्रोकल अगर हम लेंगे तो क्या होगा? 3, 6, 12, 24. ठीक है, सो ये सीरीज AP है क्या? ये AP नहीं है ना. AP means the difference between second term and first term, the difference between third term and second term is equal. देखो यहाँ पे डिफरेंस अगर अगर हम लेंगे तो इन दोनों का डिफरेंस आएगा 3, इन दोनों का डिफरेंस आएगा 6, इन दोनों का डिफरेंस आएगा 12. so it is not AP, it is GP. Reciprocal of the given term should be AP, then the given series is HP. okay, so it is not HP. Sankalp, correct? Am I right? Second example is not the example of HP. okay, good. What about third one? What about third one? Sankalp, you can tell the answer whether the third term is HP or not. No, don't be sorry, Samir. See, you have to take this thing. Is it HP? Okay, what is the okay? A is, I think, what is R? Sankalp, write A and R for the third one. Okay. So see, Arya, Suraj, Samir, take this as seriously. If you are not solving, if you are not able to solve the examples here, that means you are not practicing at home. Okay. और मुझे बोलने की जरूरत पड़ रही है क्लास में, which is very wrong. You are wasting time of someone like Sankalp. He is solving examples here also, and he solves example at home also. If you have any kind of a difficulty, you can be in contact with me on Google Classroom, or even in the worst case scenario on WhatsApp also. Okay, there is no issue. But you have to solve the examples. You have to solve all the examples. Then and then you are going to pass the 12th standard. Okay, you will pass in this 11th standard. There is no issue. but you will fail in the 12th standard in mathematics if you are behaving like this. Okay, Arya has not given a single answer. What is the reason behind it? If you are not understanding, then you must tell me, sir, we are not understanding. And you are in the 11th standard now. Okay, so you have to cope up with this speed. आपको चम्मच से खिलाया नहीं जाएगा लाइक 9th एंड 10th स्टैंडर्ड. आप 11th स्टैंडर्ड में हो, आपका सिलेबस बढ़ चुका है. यू हैव टू टेक मोर एफर्ट्स फ्रॉम योर साइड. ये बात आपको समझनी है, ठीक है. लॉकडाउन है, कॉलेज शुरू नहीं है, तो क्या ऐसे नहीं चलता है. ये मैथमेटिक्स आपको जिंदगी भर काम आएगा, भले ही आज लॉकडाउन है, कॉलेज आज बंद है. यू हैव टू टेक मैथमेटिक्स एंड साइंस सब्जेक्ट सीरियसली. समझ में आया? If you are a science student, then you must have your mastery on mathematics and science. You cannot take it lightly. Okay, what is R? Sankalp, what is R for the third one? Tell Suraj. Now see. Sorry, it is not R, it is D. Sorry. Arya, because of poor connection, if you are not able to send messages, then how you are attending my lecture? If the network connection is poor, then my voice will not be able to, you will not be able to hear me. Okay, I understand there is network issue. I don't say that there is no network issue. Network issue is there, but you have to solve examples at home, na? Now let me show you your Google Classroom. Just wait for a minute. I will show you the classroom so that you will find who has submitted homework. Only Sankalp has submitted homework, nobody else. I don't know why. Just see your Google Classroom. See, this is classwork. I go to your homework and view assignment. See, only Sankalp Panchal has turned in the homework. He has attached few files also with it. Nobody else, no attachment. Amisha Sawant, वो तो लेक्चर भी अटेंड नहीं करती है. आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम. आर्या ने भी कोई भी अटैचमेंट भी नहीं और कुछ भी सबमिट नहीं किया है. अथर्व शेर के आज तो क्लास में है ही नहीं. समीर भोपी और सूरज. सूरज आपका तो शायद आपने तो एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं किया है. यू हैव नॉट एक्सेप्टेड द इनविटेशन फॉर गूगल क्लासरूम आई थिंक. ओके, प्लीज टेल योर मेल आईडी. आई विल ऐड यू इमीडिएटली. प्लीज टेल योर मेल आईडी. Please write your mail ID quickly in the chat box. See, I am going to give you today homework. Okay, Suraj Maske 810@gmail.com. Okay. So, Suraj, you check your mail ID after the class ends, okay? And accept this invitation. Come into this classroom and solve the given homework. It is necessary. It is must. देखो अभी आज का होमवर्क आपका एक्सरसाइज 2.3 एंड 2.4 आपको हर एक क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना है और उस सारे क्वेश्चन की आपको फोटो निकालने हैं और आपको अपने गूगल क्लासरूम के एप्लीकेशन पे उन्हें अपलोड करना है before the next class, before next Tuesday. Otherwise, I will tell Santosh sir and strict action will be taken against that student. Okay. So you have to cope up with Santosh sir after that if you don't submit your homework. If you have doubt, you have doubt in this particular question. Like Sankalp has placed in this question. See, Sankalp has written, I'll just show you. See, this is, he says, sir, I have doubt in question 23 of exercise 1.1. You have to write a private comment. You have any kind of a doubt like how to use Google Classroom, you have to get sorted out. You have to solve all those your queries, okay, in this week. 2.3 and 2.4 what are you talking about, Sankalp? 2.3, yeah, homework 2.3 and 2.4, this is minimum, okay. 2.45 also you can solve. We have time, we are going to cover most of the portion, and you can solve 2.5 also, but 2.3 and 2.4 is must. It is must. Okay, and you have to turn in the homework. It is warning for Suraj, Arya and Samir. अब बाकी पीपल यहाँ पे नहीं है, लेकिन उन या तो फिर उनके लिए भी वार्निंग रह सकती थी, लेकिन आप लोगों के लिए वार्निंग है, आपको करना ही है होमवर्क. यू डोंट हैव एनी ऑप्शन. चलो ठीक है, आई एम सो सॉरी फॉर वेस्टिंग योर 5 to 10 minutes, I think, but it is necessary. If you are not taking the class interest, if you are not interested in class, then I am not interested in teaching you. Okay, only Sankalp does the all the things, like whatever I ask him to do. Okay, so all of you must do. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, you can ask Santosh sir, you can be in contact with us. ठीक है, सिर्फ मोबाइल 1 घंटा हाथ में लेके बैठना नहीं है. ठीक है, चलो अरिथमेटिक अरिथमेटिको जियोमेट्रिक प्रोग्रेशन और AGP. Now what is the definition of AGP? A sequence in which each term is the product of corresponding term of an AP and GP is called arithmetico-geometric progression or AGP. Like see, AGP is what? First term is A. In AP also first term is A. In GP also first term is A. So the second term for AGP is A plus D multiplied by R. Okay, A plus D multiplied by R. So second term of AP multiplied by R. After that, A plus 2D, that is third term of AP multiplied by R square, and so on. So this is AGP. Okay. So nth term of, let me read these sentences also. Here the first factors of the terms are in AP and the second factors are in GP. Therefore, the given sequence forms an AGP. Nth term of AGP. T1 is equals to A multiplied 1, A multiplied by 1. T2 is equals to A plus D multiplied by R. T3 is equals to A plus 2D multiplied by R square. So Tn is equals to A plus n minus 1D multiplied by R raised to n minus 1. Okay. So this is how you can find the nth term. If you see, this is nothing but the formula for the nth term of AP. Okay. This is the formula for nth term of AP, and R raised to n minus 1 multiplied by A, that is the formula for nth term of GP. ठीक है, तो उस फॉर्मूला को थोड़ा सा मॉडिफाई किया है उन्होंने, और उसको हम उसके मदद से हम nth term of AGP ढूंढ सकते हैं. ठीक है, so sum of n terms of AGP. So this proof is quite long, so I'm not going to prove this proof to you. I will just give you the formula. See, this is the formula. Sn is equals to A by 1 minus R D R 1 minus R raised to n minus 1 divided by 1 minus R whole square minus A plus n minus 1 D R raised to n divided by 1 minus R. So you have to remember this formula. There is no option. Okay. Sorry, what just happened? Okay. So you have to remember this formula. Okay. You don't have any option rather than this one. Note, R is not equals to 1. If R is equals to 1, so this becomes 0 and this term becomes infinity, and the any term that is divided by 0 is not defined. Okay, so we have to take care that R is not equals to 1. Note that sum of infinity of AGP is A by 1 minus R plus dr divided by 1 minus R whole square. So this is for sum of infinity AGP. ठीक है, infinity of AGP. So solved examples. Find Tn and the sum of n terms of 1, 4, 12, 32, 80 and 192. ठीक है, तो आप Tn निकालिए. Try to find out. Try to just find out on your notebook. If you are not able to represent it in the chat box, then also okay, but try to find out. ठीक है, try करो. what you have to do, you have to just tell me the value of A, D and R. That's it. If you are able to find these three values, then your question is solved. What you have to find? You have to find the value of A, D and R. As we are learning AGP, then we need three of the terms, like A, the first term, D and R. Try to find out. A is equals to 1, D is equals to 1 and R is equals to 2. Correct. Very good. चलो ठीक है. Yeah, I understood that. ठीक है. चलो देखो. Yes, A is equals to 1. देखो किस तरह से फाइंड आउट करना है, यहाँ पे थोड़ी सी सोचने की हमें बात है. हमें क्या चाहिए, हमें nth टर्म चाहिए. nth टर्म के लिए हमें किस किस चीज की जरूरत पड़ेगी? A की जरूरत पड़ेगी, n की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी क्योंकि n की जगह पे हमें n ही रखना है, और D की जरूरत पड़ेगी. सो हमें अगर फॉर्मूला पता है तो हमें समझ में आना चाहिए कि हमें क्या क्या चाहिए. ठीक है. सो उन्होंने क्या कहा है कि फाइंड द n, Tn एंड द, और nth टर्म का फाइंड आउट करने के लिए बोला है. ठीक है. So we will need these three quantities like A, D and R. So how we will find out? Let us see. 1 multiplied by 1, 2 multiplied by 2, 3 multiplied by 4, 4 multiplied by 8. So 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, 3 multiplied by 4 is 12, and 4 multiplied by 8 is 32. ठीक है. So we observe that the first factors in the each term are 1, 2, 3, 4. See, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. So okay, so are in AP with A is equals to 1 and D is equals to 1. So the first factors, they are in AP. Okay, and the second factors are in terms 1, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 and 16. They are in GP with R is equals to 2. देखो हमें क्या करना है, दो फैक्ट मतलब दो पार्ट में हमें डिवाइड करना है गिवन नंबर को. The first part should be in AP and the second part should be in GP. So we will find the D and R also. Okay. Once we find out the A, D and R, then just put all the values of these variables and you will find the nth term. So this is the formula for summation of n terms. We have values of A, R and A, R, D and N. Put all the values and you will get to here. Okay, or they can solve it further also. चलो ठीक है. Find the sum of infinity of the following arithmetico-geometric sequence. Now try this one. This is the formula for sum of infinity of AGP. This is the given AGP. Find out. The question is in front of you. You have to find out. Try it. Try it. Give it a try for 2 minutes. Not more than that. Sankalp, you can just find out the value of A and D, or you just have to find out the value of A and D. No need to find out the sum of infinity of AGP. Find the value of A and D. That's it. A is 1. That is good. ठीक है, चलो. What is D? D is 1. Okay, D is 1. Okay, चलो ठीक है. उसके बाद में R is 1 by 4. Very good. चलो. The question is solved. Finish. Next one. Chalo. Sankalp, you have got the correct answer. You will find the value of sum of infinity terms. Okay. There is no issue. Chalo. Properties of summation. Now see, what are the properties of summation? This is the symbol of summation. Okay. Summation R is equals to 1 to N. K multiplied by TR. So if K is a constant, then we can take the K outside we can take the k outside, that is constant, and k must not be 0. Okay, so this is a quite uh, general property of summation. Like, see, summation of r is equals to 1 to n ar plus br. So we can separate out summation of ar and summation of br. Okay, summation of 1 to n of 1, that is n. Summation of 1 to n, that is of k, that is k can be taken out, and we know that summation of 1 to n 1 is kn, so k must not be 0. So these are the properties of summation. Okay, so these properties will be helpful for you, and I think these properties are very easy also. Okay, so from this chapter, the last topic is remaining, that is power series. Okay, some functions can be expressed as a infinite terms of powers of x. They are called power series. Some power series are, now e raised to x can be written like 1 plus x minus 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus x raised to 4 by 4 factorial. Okay, so sin x can be represented as x minus x cube minus 3 factorial, sorry, x cube divided by 3 factorial plus x raised to 5 divided by 5 factorials minus x raised to 7 divided by 7 factorial. Cos x can be represented as 1 minus x square by 2 factorial plus x raised to 4 divided by 4 factorial minus x raised to 6 divided by 6 factorial. E raised to x can be represented by, similarly, just here is plus minus plus minus plus, like this. Okay, now if mod of x is less than 1, then log of 1 plus x can be represented as x minus x square by 2, x cube by 3, and x cube by 4. Okay, the proofs of the equations given above are obtained at more advanced stage in mathematics, so we don't need the proofs of these series expansion of series as of now in the 11th standard. So you have to just write all these series expansions, and they are going to be helpful for you in solving the examples. Okay, I think especially in trigonometry they are going to help you. Okay, so how you can remember this? See, there is a pattern in it. Okay, 1 minus x raised to 1 ही है, तो 1 का फैक्टोरियल सबको पता है. Everybody knows what is factorial. If everybody knows what is factorial, then find out the factorial of 4 and write the value of 4 factorial. What is the factorial of 4? You must know the factorial of 4. Factorial of 4 is 24, Sankalp says. Is it right or wrong? Others, quickly. If you don't know, then please honestly tell that, sir, we don't know what is factorial. If you don't know what is factorial, then how you are going to deal with this power series? Okay, you must know the factorial first. Yes or no? Samir, Suraj, Arya, do you know factorial or not? Come on, yaar. Let it be. Okay, no. So you have to put it na. No. See, if you want to find out the factorial of 4, then you have to take 4 first. After that it comes. Okay, now focus. 4. If you have to find out factorial of 4, then 4 multiplied by 3, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 1. Okay. So 4 3s are 12 and 12 2s are 24. So that's why factorial of 4 is 24. Now if you want to find out the factorial of 6, so what we are going to do? 6 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2. Okay, so 6 5s are 30, 34s are 120, 123s are 360, and 362s are 720. Okay, so factorial of 6 is 720. You have to find out like this. समझ में आया? मतलब 6 का अगर फैक्टोरियल आपको फाइंड आउट करना है, So you have to multiply all the terms that comes before 6. Like 6 का factorial find out करना है तो 6 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2. If you want to find out the factorial of 12, then you have to do 12 multiplied by 11 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3 and multiplied by 2. Okay, so this is okay. Chalo, so I understand. Good. Now I was talking about the pattern that is hidden between these पावर सीरीज. ओके, सो e रेस टू x, आपको सिर्फ e रेस टू x की पावर सीरीज याद कर लीजिए. ठीक है, 1 फर्स्ट टर्म इज 1, सेकेंड टर्म इज x डिवाइडेड बाय 1 फैक्टोरियल, x स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाय 2 फैक्टोरियल. इसमें सारा प्लस है, हर जगह प्लस है. ठीक है, साइन की सीरीज में देखिए, साइन x की सीरीज में सिर्फ पहले x लिया गया है. ओके, x भी क्या है, x रेस टू 1 डिवाइडेड बाय 1 फैक्टोरियल, सो दैट बिकम्स x. ठीक है, मतलब x रेस टू 1 is odd number, x रेस टू 3 is odd number, x रेस टू 5 is odd number, x रेस टू 7 is odd number, 7 is odd number. So next term is going to be x raised to 9 divided by 9 factorial. Okay, so this is how sin x की जो सीरीज रहेगी उसमें आप जो है और जो नंबर्स रहेंगे वो पिकअप करेंगे फ्रॉम द सीरीज ऑफ e raised to x. ठीक है, cos x में आप क्या करेंगे, even numbers, x raised to 0 divided by 0 factorial, 0 factorial is 1, always remember this. X raised to 2 divided by 2 factorial, x raised to 4 divided by 4 factorial. Okay, so this is how you remember cos series. Cos series is for even, x raised to 2 is even, x raised to 4 is even, x raised to 6 is even. e raised to minus x, e raised to x की सीरीज आपको याद है, e raised to minus x की सीरीज में आपने क्या करना है, एक बार माइनस, दूसरी बार प्लस, फिर माइनस, फिर प्लस. ठीक है, सो दिस इज हाउ यू रिमेंबर. log x के लिए आपको सेपरेटली इसको याद करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, सो लेट्स रिमेंबर. तो हमने जो कुछ सीखा इस चैप्टर में उसकी सारी समरी आपको यहाँ पे दी गई है. you can take the screenshot of this particular screen and you can revise these all formulas while traveling or like roaming somewhere. Okay, so this is all in one. For AP, Pn is equals to a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. A is the first term, d is the difference. For GP, Tn is equals to ar raised to n minus 1. Sn is equals to a under bracket r raised to 1 minus 1 divided by r minus 1. Am of two numbers, that is x plus y divided by 2. Gm of two numbers, that is g is equals to root of xy. What is the difference between sin x and cos x? If you are asking the difference with respect to trigonometry, then there is a lot difference. Okay, and if you are asking about the power series, so in power series it is the powers of x are odd and powers of x are even for cos. Okay, so this is difference. ठीक है, तो आपको ट्रिगोनोमेट्री मंगलम सर सिखा रहे हैं. You have to focus on trigonometry in the M1 class. So for value of g, this formula is there. For value of h, that is hm, harmonic mean, this formula is there. We know that g square is equals to ah. If x is equals to y, then a is equals to g is equals to h. And if x is not equals to y, then h is the smallest one, a is the biggest one, and g lies between a and h. And I think it is done. It is over for today. Okay, we are done for today. So practice set 2.4 and 2.3, correct? Log class, which log class? Which log class you're talking about, sir? Sankalp, you can turn on your mic.
Sir, last time you told that you were going to explain something in log for calculations.
Did I don't remember. I'll just watch the previous video and then I will remember what I have told you. Okay, so just I don't remember as of now, but if I remember, then I will take in the next class. Okay, if it is necessary.
Yes, sir. Either you said it or Santosh sir said it. I don't remember, but
As far as I remember, I didn't say it, I think. Okay,
okay.
so okay, yeah, that's fine, no problem.
Sorry.
Sure. Yeah, it's fine. how to use log table. Maybe Santosh sir has told you or Mangalam sir has told you. I don't remember. I don't think at all that I told you. Okay, whatever it is. So practice at 2.3, practice at 2.4, and if you want to solve, practice at 2.5 is there for you, 2.6 is there for you, as per your convenience. ठीक है, लेकिन 2.3 and 2.4 is must. Okay, if you don't complete that homework, I won't allow you to attend my next class. Okay, so I'm just posting the homework right now. You all have added to this class, and you have to complete the homework. Okay, कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो you have to write the question. Okay, चलो ठीक है, चलो 8 बज गए हैं, बाय बाय. Okay, leave the class.